Hello everybody and welcome back. Last time we finished our business back at Izumo and now here we are at the southeast Angara Islet. And as I mentioned before, today we're going to take on the trading side quests throughout the Great Eastern Sea. And right here is actually our very next destination. So, as I mentioned previously, the quest properly begins in the East Tundra Islet. Sorry, the East Tundaria Islet. And now that, right there is where we got the strange stone, or wait, yeah, the pretty stone, and we got it from a couple of penguins, and that is actually going to be a running theme, that all of the items that can be obtained in the side quest are obtained from different animals throughout the Great Eastern Sea. And right here, in order to get the next item in the side quest, we have to push all the crates right here so that we can stack them on top of each other and then jump over to those vines. Alright. Alright, there we are. And right here we have a nest and a red bird. Chirp chirp! So, of course we have to read its mind in order to actually interact with it. Oh my! That stone you have! It's divine! Simply divine! I must have it! I must! I'll give you my very fancy neckerchief for that fancy stone of yours. And we got the red cloth. Alright, that's one item down. So, with that we pretty much have no more reason to come back ever to the South Angara Islet. And our very next destination in the side quest is the North Oceania Island. So, I'll see you guys in a moment. Welcome back. Alright. So here we are. This is also the same place where we learned about the town of Yalam and the Sailor Yep, but now that we have the sand synergy, we can actually reach the other side of the fence, and we have a cow that we can interact with. Ooh, that red neckerchief is quite nice indeed. That will lift my spirits. This really brightens my mood. Felix tied the neckerchief to a tree. Are you giving that lovely thing to moi? Sure. That's so kind of you. I should repay you. Have some milk. And we got some milk. Alright, we are done here. So, our next destination is actually a place that we seen but I never fully explored. It is right here in the small island that apparently tore off from either Indra or Gondwan. So, I'll see you guys in a moment. Alright, welcome back. Here we are at the West Indra Islet. My pup's the best sailor in all the Eastern Sea. That's why he can go anywhere, even in that tiny boat of his. You're lucky, mister. You get to ride your boat out on the open sea all you want. My dad will be done with his boat soon, and together we'll be able to sail anywhere we want. Alright, so there's actually a hidden item somewhere around here. Nope. Ever since the tidal wave moved Indra, we have not been able to go to Gondwan's western shores. So, he is actually referring the reason as to why we can't get to the Great Western Sea right now. Anyway, we got a lucky medal, and I'll show that what I was saying about the Great Western Sea as soon as we're done here. So of course, the only animal here is the dog, so let's go ahead and read its mind. I smell fresh milk! Ha, ha, ha! Are you going to give me that milk? Are you? Huh? Huh? I'll trade you this for it. I caught it myself. until it's got a little turtle. Alright, so with that we are pretty much done here, but before we head for the next and final destination in the trading side quest, I want to quickly show what that man meant regarding the western shores of Gondor. So usually, before the continents slam into each other, you could just cross right through here. But now, the only point that will allow us to cross will be the Gondwan Cliffs. And well, you're about to see what's the problem with the Gondwan Cliffs. Right here. Yeah, we have a giant rocky spire that will not allow us to go through. If we could clear it out somehow, we will have full access to the Great Western Sea, but for now we can't do anything about that. Anyways, back to the trading side quest. The final place, or the final stop regarding the side quest is the Sea of Time Island, so I'll see you guys in a moment. Alright, welcome back, and here we are, back at the Sea of Time Island. And if you recall, last time we were here, aside from learning about Poseidon, we, I believe, spoke with a turtle that lamented that he was alone. Well, luckily, we can help him with that. I'm so very sad and lonely. I wish I had a friend to call my own. Hey, you got an itty-bitty turtle tot, don't you? Why don't you set that little guy free with me? Sure. At long last, I have a friend! Lonesome George, I am no more. I'm so happy. I don't have much to offer in return, but I can show you my secret spot. Hop on my back. And we're off. Well, here we are. When you want to go back to the island, just let me know. Alright, so his secret spot, aka the small cave right here, is the same one that we could see from the overworld, but that was completely surrounded in spires, so we couldn't enter it. But now we can. And here we are at the Islet Cave. Right. So at first glance, this is actually a fairly short dungeon, but we will be able to explore more of it later. And actually, this small stone symbol right here on the floor, it is actually quite important, and it will come into play at a later point. But for now we have a few items here. First off, we have the turtle boots. So, the turtle boots provide a defense boost of 3, and their side effect is that they cut the user's agility in half. So they would seem like completely useless. They have a dismal defense boost and the ability is not really that useful, but in certain scenarios they can come in handy. So they're not entirely useless. Anyway, here we have a few of the rolling logs puzzle, I guess. Fairly reminiscent of the ones in Fujin Temple. And here we have a Venus Djinn. So, of course, he is hostile, so be prepared. Here we have Meld. It is level 27, it has 710 HP, 65 synergy, 221 attack, 65 defense, 187 agility and 22 luck. Its elemental stats are the same as every other Venus Djinn. It yields 729 experience points, which then become 947 if we finish him off with a Jupiter Djinn. It drops 531 coins, which then become 690. And as for its commands, it has the basic attack, the Quake Sphere, Clay Spire, Mother Gaia, Wild Growth and Nettle synergies, and of course the Flee command. Alright, so as always I'm going to give it one shot at getting the EXP and coin boost, and if it fails then I'll just take him out the normal way. Alright, let's see, I'll try to paralyze him, I guess. and then maybe put him to sleep. Do a normal attack. Hopefully I will not kill him. 144. Alright, he fell asleep. 188. 320. 520. Oh no, I think I might have just killed him. Alright, no. Okay, so he should be almost there. So we should take him out. 155. Alright. I wish they were all as easy. Felix found the Venus gene meld. Alright, so we finally have also our 6th Venus gene. So first let's go over our new friend. So meld. He has a quite unique battle effect. This is how it works. It calls a second adept to join in the attack. The second adept's attack rating is what is used as the base for the attack itself, and it also is provided a bonus attack with a 25% boost. And the second adept that is selected is always the one that has the highest attack rating aside from the user itself. As for the set stat bonus that it provides, it gives a plus 9 to your base HP, plus 4 to your base agility, and plus 1 to your base luck. But even more important than that, now that Felix can hold 6 Venus Gene, he can reach a new rank within the Squire, the Lord rank. As for the stats, he receives a 20% boost in HP and then a 10% boost in every other stat aside from luck, and even more important than that, he has finally gained access to the one synergy that was locked behind rank, the upgraded version of Ragnarok, Odyssey. It is a Venus-based attack with an extra 95 points of damage, a cost of 18 synergy, and a range of 1. So, similar to Diamondberg, it is quite a fantastic synergy. The biggest downside, of course, is that, similar to the Mariner class, the Squire class has a fairly low amount of synergy. So, if you spam it a lot, especially against boss fights, you'll soon run out of synergy. But there are a few ways to solve that problem, but we'll see about those later. But for now, there's one more thing for us to get here. And yeah, even though you would not think it, there are actually a few random encounters, we just managed to avoid them. But anyways, there's just one more thing that I want to get. Right here. We got a rusty staff. So of course, if we take this to Sunshine, it will turn into a completely new weapon. Speaking of which, let's go over that weapon, shall we? The Draco Mace has an attack boost of 128, it unleashes gold aging gas, it deals 45 extra Jupiter damage, and it may restore HP by the amount of damage dealt. Alright, so with that out of the way, we are pretty much done with the Islet Cave for now. And, well, and also with the trading side quest. But before we continue on with the story, there are actually a few other places that I want to visit throughout the Great Eastern Sea. So first, let's head back to the Sea of Time Islet. And also, on the matter of the Draco Mace, I actually want that weapon for Sheva, so I'm going to, off-screen, go to Yalom and get it forged. But the very next destination that you'll see will be the Apogee Islands, because if you recall, way back when we first visited, there was a Jupiter gene that we could not get. Well, luckily now we can. So, I'll see you guys back at the Apogee Islands. Welcome back! So, as I mentioned off screen, I went and got the Draco Mace, and I also sold a few items. I sold the Comet Mace and the Cloud Staff. But anyways, we are back at the Apogee Islands, and right here is where we want to go if we want to get that very elusive Jupiter gem. Right here. here we are, back at the Gaia Falls, and right here we can actually jump down. And we are at the Apogee Island caves. I don't know if to call that a dungeon because it's so incredibly small, and I don't even know if there are any random encounters in here. I don't think so, but I may be proven wrong. Well, it doesn't seem like it. Here we are at the very edge of the world. If we fell from here, who knows what will happen to us. But, more important than that, here we have the Jupiter Gene. Sheva found the Jupiter Gene Haze. Alright, so let's go over the new Gene, Haze. His battle effect is that he basically turns the user impervious to all damage for the duration of one turn. So for that particular turn, the user has a white outline surrounding them, similar to when we used the cloak synergy in the first game, and it is completely immune from any damage whatsoever. So, as for the set stat bonus, he gives a plus 10 to your base HP, plus 2 to your base defense, plus 3 to your base agility, and plus 2 to your base luck. And more important than that, now that we have our 6th Jupiter Gene, Sheva can reach a new rank within the Windseer class, the Magister. As for the stats, she receives a 20% boost in HP and then a 10% boost in every other stat, and of course at this point no new synergy has been unlocked. Alright, so with that we are pretty much done here in the Apogee Islands. We have no other real reason to ever come back. So let's quickly use Lash here. And there we go. So now that we got our 6th gene and that we have pretty much 6 gene of every element, we pretty much got all the possible gene that we can get at this point in the story. That is to say, before we tackle the Sea of Time. So if by this point in the game you don't have 6 of every gene, then you probably miss 1 or 2. But on to our next destination. So as I mentioned before, the only real place that we have to explore yet, aside from the Treasure Isle that I'm going to ignore for now, will be the 2 small shores right here in Angara. But before we go there, if you recall way back after we explored the Sea of Time, I mentioned that occasionally in a few of the shallow spots around the sea you can obtain some items. For example, right in this spot I believe is where we got the rusty axe that we turned into the captain's axe. And as you can see in the map, there are actually a bunch of other spots. Many of them actually surrounding Treasure Isle. But out of all of them, there's only one that actually holds an item. The one right there. So I'm going to make a small cut and I'll see you guys back at that very small spot. Welcome back! So, here we are at the spot at the very edge of the world. And here we have a rusty mace. So of course, if we take this to Sunshine, it will transform into a completely new weapon. Let's quickly go over that weapon, shall we? The Hackbow Mace has an attack boost of 108, its unleash is called Wired Curse, it deals 41 extra Venus damage and it may inflict the Haunt status. Alright, so with that we are pretty much done with our exploration. Time to actually head for the small shores right here in Angara. First I'm going to head for the smaller one, so I'll see you guys in a moment. Alright, welcome back. So here we are. And right there we can already see a tower that looks almost identical to the Shrine of the Sea God and Tundaria Tower. And here we are at the Ankle Ruins. So you may have already guessed it, but this is the place where hopefully we'll be obtaining the final piece of the trident. So I think I'm going to leave the exploration of the Ankle Ruins for later. But we managed to finish the trading side quest, we got a few weapons in the Islet Cave and we got a couple of gin. So that's more than enough for now. Next time we'll tackle the Uncle Ruins and see what we can do once we obtain all the pieces of the trident. See you guys!